Okay.
My name is Nancy Jerry. I'm from Kenya. I come from an organization called the African Youth Initiative on Climate Change. It's a youth organization that advocates for sustainable development when it comes to climate change adaptation and mitigation.
My name is Delegates. I come from Kenya. My name is Daniel Sapel. I come from Kenya. I work in a community organization that is looking at issues of environmental degradation, especially how it affects the pastoralist communities, who are the majority of that particular area that I come from.
I'm Prince Wilunja from here Congo, Gulf. My organization, Jevo Gral, Jeune Volontaire de Gala Environnement. Our aim is to sensitize, mobilize young for environmental issues and organize workshops, seminars, and other activities to sensitize.
My name is Kiva Maseko. I belong to the African Youth Initiative on Climate Change, which is NASA's proposal. And I think she explained what the group does. It's more or less the same.
So can someone tell us about the caravan that happened a few weeks ago?
Yeah, just a little background about the caravan. It was an idea that was thought about during COP15 in Copenhagen, where the young people, especially from Africa and Kenya in particular, thought about doing a caravan to sensitize and actually raise awareness among the young people about climate change negotiations. And the aim was actually to have a voice to translate that particular energy and the particular numbers of the young people into a voice that would be heard at COP17.
So can anyone tell us the significant activities that you've undertaken while you were doing the caravan?
One of the biggest things that we did was to have awareness concerts in every capital city that we passed by. We had also petitions that we were having. We were urging people to sign on the way, and these petitions were going to be brought to the COP as a voice of the same people, as the people, as the representatives of the people that we could not bring everybody to COP, but the people who were in the countries that we were passing by were actually signing petitions to be brought for climate action and climate justice.
And the petitions have our key demands that we're bringing to the Conference of Parties. We want countries to reduce their emissions. We also want Africa to be financed so that it can help itself when it comes to adaptation measures. We are also urging for a second commitment of the Kyoto Protocol, which will urge emitting countries to cut down their emissions.
Can someone tell us the route of the caravan and which capital cities have you already visited and what did you do there?
The caravan took off from Nairobi, which is the capital city of Kenya, after having a concert there. Then we drove all the way to Tanzania through Namanga and had a concert in Dar es Salaam. From there we went to Malawi. We had a concert in Lilongwe. And then from there we drove to Zambia. From Zambia we drove to Botswana. And from Botswana we got to South Africa.
Okay. So, having the caravan arrived here in Durban, what are your next plans while you're here for the COP?
One of the things that we are looking forward is to actually present the actual petitions to the leaders who are meeting at COP and actually have our voice heard at COP. So that is the biggest thing that we do. And we're going to drive to see how we can actually challenge the leaders to take up our demands and actually incorporate them into the discussions at COP.
So, Prince, can you tell me, as a young person, what did you do in order to contribute to the caravan?
We are the big part of our society. Today we are 3 billion on the world, and our voice must be heard by our parents and other leaders around the world. We have the strength and we must act for this moment because it's our future concerned by the climate change.
And I'd like to say that being a Malawian, climate change has affected us in a very broad way. Firstly, it has affected our agriculture production, that reaches the food security in the country. It has also affected the health sector and other sectors including the forestry and fisheries. So all of this wrapped up together has made it hard for most African countries to attain the MDGs. So when we look at COP, we look at it as an opportunity for us youths to take part in making very massive decisions. Because if you look at the COP, we're calling it the Conference of Parties. So parties are basically nations. This is the world's biggest gathering of nations in terms of climate change. So they are more or less like negotiations. So if we're looking at this year's COP, what we're hoping for is what NASA said. We have our key demands that we're giving out to our world leaders. We want them to commit themselves to a very ambitious and legally binding second commitment period of the Kyoto Protocol. I would say a Kyoto Protocol is more or less like an agreement, because this is the only agreement that is a legally binding agreement that is there in climate change. That's why we need a second commitment period for countries, developed countries, and developing countries to commit themselves to reducing their emissions, because this is really important for us as a youth. And secondly, we're saying that we need to keep our temperatures at 1.5 degrees. This number might seem small, but then an increase in temperature will cause a very big shift in our climate that disturbs the whole system, and we have issues like ice melting, floods and droughts. These are caused by this rise in temperature. And then thirdly, as Nancy said, we're advocating for adaptation, finance for Africa, because we believe that as Africa we're very vulnerable to issues of climate change, because we do not have the capacity to adapt to climate change, we do not have the finances. So we're advocating for our world leaders to come together and help Africa adapt to climate change.
Okay. Um, what is your final message for the young people who are gathered here in KOI and COP, and for the young people around the world?
I think for young people, we have a huge responsibility to hold, because climate change affects us now and later on, because we will be, even the leaders then, we are leaders today, and we will also be those people in key decision-making positions tomorrow. So as taking an example of the African Youth Caravan and this war campaign, we have seen the power that young people have and what such a big movement can bring on. So I'm urging my fellow youths to take action in climate change, to advocate for climate justice, and to take part in any way that they can, even in their lifestyles in terms of climate change.
How about you, Prince? Is your message to our fellow young people?
For young people, I call them to come together and to be unit and to fight together the climate change, and particularly it concerns indigenous people and indigenous youngs from my country, because we protect our forests, but we don't benefit the found from any World Bank, FME, call it FME in French. Okay, and we need here in South Africa to see our leaders and to discuss with them about our benefits on the fund which the World Bank gives to protect our forests in my country, because we young and indigenous young haven't access to a good school, a good education and other things, and because they doesn't go to school. And we need that we have our part in this conference of parties.
How about you, Dan?
My message to the young people of the world is this, that they should take proactive action. They should not just sit back, they should translate the numbers that they have as young people. In other places, it's generally around 70% of young people, they make up 70% of the population of any particular country. Translate that into real action, be it on the policy front, in the implementation of particular climate-related legislation, and also to be able to do something in their own personal lives that will help in reducing emissions and actually trying to live and to create green jobs basically for themselves, because the future future is theirs. They have to take it up in their own hands.
And you and Jenny?
My message to young people is that they need to take action. They need to understand that climate change will affect them in the future. They need to understand that they need to safeguard the environment for future generations. Climate change is affecting us now. It will have even greater implications in the future, and so the youth need to take action.
Thank you very much, guys.